What is good, everyone? This is the Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. We're coming at you live here in Ogden, Utah, and we have a special episode for you guys. We thought Tokyo Olympics are going on. The Olympics have been delayed. There are good sports and Olympic-related movies. There's good sports Olympic-related talk. And we figured we would do an improv show and just talk about the Olympics. Talk about great Olympic movies. Now, I'd be lying if I told you we had a plan for this episode, but we don't. The only thing I could guarantee you is we will, in fact, be talking about Cool Runnings.
Yes.
That's all I can
I think that's all we're going to talk about is Cool Runnings.
It's Cool Runnings, yeah.
The best Olympic movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it.
Miracle. Would you say Miracle?
That's pretty fantastic.
That is.
Yeah. I mean, that's a real...
it's a little more serious.
Yeah. But Cool Runnings is pretty fantastic.
It is the classic, right?
What else we got? With Olympic movies?
We got famous sport talk. I say we go over some Michael Phelps action, talking about the glory days, up and coming, right? Because I've been watching the Olympics so carefully.
I haven't, so this is good.
Well, that's okay, because
you can inform me.
It's been like 4 days, right? They're like 2 weeks, and it's been
I totally forgot it even was.
Well, no offense, but usually most of the early stuff isn't
that important.
Like speed walking is going on right now. How interested are you in speed walking on a scale of 1 to 10?
1?
Oh, that's better than me because I'm a 0. I have
0. Well, you said 1 to 10. So
I did say 1 to 10. Okay, 0 to 10.
Yeah, 0.
I have 0 interest in speed walking. Right, but look, I've been paying attention to all the big athletes, right? Mm-hmm. Trying to pay attention to
speed walking.
No, not in speed walking and anything but speed walking. Trying to keep up.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
how's it going?
Well, it's been all right, but I gotta remember these 4 years from now, right?
Are you going to though?
I think I might at least then I'll be like, okay, I remember that guy.
Okay.
Look, because the reason I bring this up is the last 3 or 4 Olympics, there have been huge household names competing.
Right.
Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt, Misty May. Oh, what's their new names? Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh Jennings, the beach volleyball team that went that won 120 sets in a row or something crazy.
They're out. They're done.
Oh, they freaking Misty May hasn't played in 8 years.
Oh, look at me. See.
Yeah, and then Carrie Walsh got a new partner, April Ross, who's playing now. But I heard they had a falling out. I heard it didn't go when they took bronze in Rio. Mm-hmm. I heard it kind of. When you get gold 3 years and 3 Olympics in a row, then
you don't get the gold.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that generation is gone. Mm-hmm. The big household names are not competing anymore, right? Even our second best swimmer was a household name, Ryan Lochte.
Yeah.
Right? Now, maybe for other reasons, faking all sorts of different stuff and anyways, but now we got to look for the new generation. We have Simone Biles.
Yeah,
right?
She's still there.
Yeah, she's the GOAT of gymnastics right now, and she's in controversy.
Why? What happened? See,
No, it's not. Okay, let me tell you.
Yeah, catch me up.
Simone Biles.
The other listeners up.
Simone Biles is, in fact, miles ahead of other Olympians, right?
Okay.
No one can touch her.
Okay.
For that reason, the judges have begun to judge her more harshly and purposely lower her scores to even the playing field. They say, look, other people can't do what you do or are getting injured trying to do the tricks you do. Well, why is that my fault?
That's not her fault.
No, not at all. But it's happening.
I didn't see the PGA dumbing down, for Tiger Woods.
Why are the judges grading on the curve like this?
Yeah,
right?
What are they doing that for? That makes no sense.
No, it's a huge controversy right now. She's had kind of a slow start because of that. The judges are going way harder on her than other people. Why is it her fault that she's the best?
Yeah.
Other people should have given it better.
It sounds like they should make a movie about that. Maybe they will in the future.
Probably. Simone Biles already has her own documentary thing.
Yeah, I'm not talking about documentary. I'm talking about
a movie, someone else plays her,
Yeah, I feel like
Zendaya plays Simone.
Isn't there a movie
She's too tall, but
about a girl that breaks her leg and stuff like that too? About the Olympic gymnastics.
Not gymnastics, but are you talking about the Tanya Harding story?
No, Tanya, no.
I was gonna say that's a different kind of break your leg.
No. Oh my head.
That's not like the good kind of break your leg. That's a
all these old
sabotage your kneecaps.
All our older listeners are probably freaking out right now, yelling at her at their radio.
I know, trying to figure out who. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound familiar.
Anyway, there's a movie out there where a gymnastic breaks your foot, just like it actually happened in the Olympics, I think in the 80s, if I remember.
Interesting.
Correct. I can't remember her name. We'll have to look it up on break. But anyway, she breaks her foot. She makes an incredible landing and gets the gold. So
fantastic.
Hopefully something like that happens with Simone Biles.
Yeah, so just so you know, we are on Simone's side, man. We are.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe I'm on most of the U.S. team's side. I'm not going to get into that right now. Look, is it bad that I expect the U.S. to win at every event?
No, because we have the most golds.
Ever. Like, period.
I mean, it's not even close.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Usually with, like, lately in the Winter Olympics, there's been, you know, like at the last Winter Olympics in South Korea, we came in third for gold medals. But you got Canada, I think Canada and Norway, you know, places that are covered in snow 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to be a little bit better at
that's true.
Winter Olympics than other places.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe we'll have off years here, or off Olympics here and there. So I'm not too worried about it.
No, I'm not worried about it either. But I get to, like, Kate Ledecky yesterday or the day before lost by like half a second. Now she's like women's team,
right.
As messed up as that is to say. Maybe I shouldn't be. She is the GOAT of her team.
No,
barely
she's
lost.
really good.
It was devastating. I was like, that's not supposed to.
What is she losing?
Oh, I want to say the 400-meter breaststroke. Is that like the last 10 meters, man? The last little
meter.
The Australian chick, I can't remember her name, but her coach had this fantastic reaction that's all over social media right now of him going nuts, and like this tiny little Japanese official she's trying to like rally this ginormous tan Australian with like long flowing hair, and he's just going nuts. He's like about to like break the railing. He's like grabbing it and shaking it and just screaming, running all up and down. Oh, it was awesome.
I guess it worked, right?
I guess so, man. But like
beat the top dogs, so
the men's 4x100 freestyle won yesterday, and what's great about that?
Congratulations!
I think it was I think it was 2012. I want to say London. Do you remember this story? The French team, and everyone knows how this podcast feels about the French, and it's mainly for this reason right here. The French men's 4x100 team was talking all this crap. We're gonna wipe the floor with the Americans. Americans aren't gonna win gold anymore. Up beating us, right? And then we beat them by like 0.1 seconds or something, and it's that famous picture of Michael Phelps of
freaking
out.
Yeah. I remember that.
I know, dude, and just the French soaking wet, just
That's always
humbled.
Good That's always a good feeling.
Ever since then, I think that's where my bias. I mean, I know I went to high school with like French people who are like talking crap on America all the time. I'm like, dude, look where you're at.
Yeah,
maybe speaking German without us, but
maybe that's why the French are so like. They don't talk so much crap, because when they do talk crap, they get laid down. They get the smackdown laid on them.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
But like, especially swimming, right? America has dominated swimming for a long time.
I wonder why that is.
Do you think there's a core? I think we just have better training facilities, money.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Money. It usually comes back to money.
It does usually come back to money.
Yeah.
Right, but I don't know.
Like these other countries are that poor, though.
No, like I think we maybe have a bigger pool. I don't know, because you're right. I think there's other countries that have large populations, have big budgets, and all these other things that also.
But that's what makes it good. That's what makes the Olympics good, though, right? It's taking down the favored, the underdog story is usually the most,
for the most part,
is like intriguing.
Oh yeah, I love a good upset.
Especially if USA is the underdog.
Yeah, I was gonna say I usually love the upset when it's in America's favorite, but there is a time in history where there's one event where I did actively root against the American. Can you guess what it is? The last 3 Summer Olympics. Who do you think would be the athlete everyone would cheer for, even though he's going up?
Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt. Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
isn't that weird?
Yeah, that is weird. Because I remember, I think it was the Beijing Olympics.
Yeah.
2008, watching them. You know, I was in like high school.
You want to see greatness, right?
Yeah, you want to see. And he beat the world record with like untied shoelaces too.
Yeah.
Like set the world record and didn't even have his shoes tied properly. That's how great he is. I can't even remember the American dude's name. I remember his last name is Gay because that's like an easy name to remember. But
I can't remember his first name either.
But yeah, he came in second or something like that. But I remember like really rooting for Usain Bolt.
There's another one too. I mean, low key was rooting for USA, of course.
Of
if they beat him, that'd be kind of epic too. So
that would have been awesome. Like I would have been happy. But I also really like Usain Bolt, man.
Yeah. But he's good people.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's like down to earth.
As far as we know, right?
Well, I watched his documentary a while ago, and like in Jamaica, he just trains in like his buddy's backyard pool.
That's nice.
Like he just like runs back and forth in this pool, and it's like poverty, right? Like not that great. And he's just chilling, and then he goes to like the local high school track. Can you imagine being a high schooler training, and then suddenly world's fastest man is up next to you? Guy goes crazy on his training. Yeah. Crazy.
No, that's one. I guess that's one exception.
I can't think of many other countries that have. I mean, there's countries I'll always actively root against. Russia. France. Yeah. Although, okay, look, I'm going to be honest. The France men's basketball team just beat Team USA. Do you hear that?
No.
For the first time since like 2000, the men's team took a loss in the Olympics against France. Now, you and I can't be that upset. Rudy Gobert is on, right. And Nicolas Batum is on. So, it's on the French team. So, I mean, we got the NBA teams we actively root for at least have players on the France team.
The Australian team,
yeah.
For me.
Okay, I don't care about the Australian team.
Oh, you love Joe Ingles.
I have never liked Joe Ingles ever since Doc Rivers got rid of him on the Clippers. Anyways, that's for our movie podcast that will be opening up. Not movie, a sports podcast will be opening up one day. We already do a movie podcast. That's normally what we're supposed to talk. Yeah, welcome to the movie podcast. We're normally talking.
The Common Critic, yes.
Yes. Speaking of
Olympic movies.
Cool. Let's start with Cool Runnings, right?
Oh, it's fantastic.
Okay, well, we got.
Is it flawless?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
you want to just rate?
What do you want? Movies? It's a 10. Like
you're 10,
easy.
Okay.
Well, nothing bothers me about it. Like, what's wrong with it?
I'm trying to think if anything bothers me about it.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. We watch that movie 1,000 times in a row.
I can't give my first 10 to Cool Runnings.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No, you have to find a flaw. You have to figure something out.
Okay, well, I just can't give my
rating. No, you can't. No, you can't. You're about to make a podcast history right here. Your first 10 is going to be dealt to Cool Runnings. I agree with you, though. It does feel a little sacrilegious for your first 10 to be
the Cool Runnings. Yeah, no, it's not a perfect movie. I mean,
yes, it is.
No, there are problems with it.
Like what?
It can be slow sometimes. The dad's a little annoying.
I mean, but that's his character, right? That's when he's overbearing. That plays into the character development of Junior, right? The overbearing helicopter.
So my pick would probably be Junior. That whole he kind of bugs me. So
okay, but that's how he is. Right? He can bug you,
but it still bugs me. I'm not saying
so. It's not a problem with the movie; it's a problem with the actual person.
No, I don't like the character.
He's not a character though; he's an actual person that's being represented.
Oh, okay, fine. That's fine.
So again,
I can't give it a 10.
So you're going to give it a 10. You're going to give it a 10.
I give it a solid 8.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. That's not acceptable.
That's a great score.
It is a great score. That is really.
I do love Cool Runnings.
That gives us an average of 9 right now.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah,
that's pretty good. But look, the one thing we have to be careful with when talking about Cool Runnings is just not quoting it the entire time, because I think you and I could just go back and forth trading quotes on
scene one, right? No,
just instantly. We're starting with the Senka soapbox derby race. Oh, come on, man.
So good.
Come on,
you dead man.
Senka is obviously everyone's favorite character. Yes. So I bring up the question: who is your second favorite character?
John Candy.
I agree. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Now who would be your third?
But I'm a big John Candy fan.
I think that's such a tragedy that we lost John Candy essentially really early. Mm-hmm. And we never got him as like a Santa Claus in a movie. I feel like he would have been a really good Santa Claus in a movie. I don't know why I feel like that, but
John Candy, he's one of my all-time favorites. So, third favorite, probably Julius.
I would agree. Yeah. And then Yul Brynner.
Yul Brynner. I don't know. Maybe Yul. I might go Yul over Julius. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Because he's the charisma behind the movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's the leader, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
And then does it go the Swiss and then, or the Germans and then Junior?
Yeah. And Junior's and his dad is terrible.
Oh, come on, dude. When they're psyching themselves out in the mirror in the bar scene, Junior's coming to be himself and he goes and starts the bar fight. Our all-time favorite scenes, man.
Yeah, that's because of Yul Brynner.
You think that scene is led by Yul Brynner?
Yeah. I
agree for the first little bit, but I think after that, Junior begins to steal the spotlight in that story arc.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm trying to get you to give it a 10.
It's not gonna happen.
Oh my gosh, man!
It's hard. I'm telling you. You have to have near perfection.
I don't. I see zero flaws in Cora. I can't think of a single.
That's fine. That's fine.
They use the actual footage from the crash.
Did they?
Yeah, so when they crash, that's the actual footage, which makes it more brutal because as a kid, I thought that was stuntmen and they planned that, and then my dad's like, no, that's the actual footage, and I looked it up on YouTube, and no, that's actually how they. Yeah. So when their necks are all, how did their spines just not snap in half or anything?
That's a good point. I don't know. I have no idea. Well, wear your helmet, kid.
Yeah, 100% of the time.
Especially when you're sliding down ice.
But okay, so what we said earlier, there's not as many Olympic movies as I thought.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Mighty Ducks 2, Olympic movie. I hope you say yes.
I would say yes.
Okay, thank you.
Here's a better question for you. Blades of Glory.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yes, an Olympic movie.
Yes, an Olympic movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it takes place during the Olympics, right?
Yes, it does. And,
And I guess the Mighty Ducks 2, I just watched it before I came, actually.
Did you really?
Yeah. In preparedness for the Olympics.
Well, what do you want to talk about Mighty Ducks 2?
It's pretty fantastic. But it's pretty terrible at the same time.
The Mighty Ducks movies, even the first one, they aren't out of this world stellar. I think the nostalgia. I think the nostalgia goggles.
Yeah, for sure. I'm 100% nostalgic about the Mighty Ducks because that was my childhood.
I think you grew up on it more than I did.
Yeah, so good.
I think I've watched Mighty Ducks 2 3 or 4 times in my life. The first Mighty Ducks.
That'd be up there for my Olympic movies for sure.
If we were to rank Olympic movies, which we aren't, but we could. In general, rank them. There's an old school 2-part old movie. I'm talking 50s, maybe 60s, called The First Olympics, and it's the story of when Greece brought them back and the American athletes training for what was a really small Olympics at the time, really not that many events and stuff. But there's a true story of when the Olympics were being brought back and the details of the different sports were going out and all the different trainings. And at the time, we just looked at East Coast college athletes, Harvard, all those.
The Ivy League.
Yeah, over there. And those kids are the one that got to represent America, and their uniforms was just a white tank top with their school colors on it, and that was the American uniform. But in that first Olympics, the Americans came far more prepared with the rest of the country because they put way more effort in. And one of those is the guy who represented us for discus. At the time, the discus was only 6 pounds or something like that.
Okay.
This dude was training with a 20-pound frisbee because that's what he thought regulation was. The Americans had believed that you're supposed to bring your own equipment. They didn't know that there would be regulation provided to you, right?
Right.
So they get to this event and this guy brings out his own 20-pound discus, right? Everyone's getting I don't know, I'm just gonna make it 30 meters out there with this small 6-pound one. Well, this guy has this 20-pound one he's been training with, and the ref says, no. Here. You got to use this one. And the guy's all this is like a pancake. What are you doing? Launches it, dude, 5 times further than anyone else, right? Same thing goes for running. For those of you on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. Those listening won't be able to. For running, they originally started just standing up like this, in a typical runner's pose, and that's how they did it. The Americans are the one who found out that they get a faster start if they start down and are able to push their momentum forward. Yeah. Same with these are all great stories that you could find. It's a great movie. It's long.
What's the movie called?
The First Olympics. It's old.
Oh.
Old. Oh, yeah, it's sometimes tough to watch, but it's like the hurdles, too. The hurdles used to be you run, stop, jump over, and then keep running. And it was Americans who found out that if you run like a horse that just runs and then jumps like with it, that you're able to get over the hurdles fast. Spank the competition, dude.
Yeah. See, that's why America's the best.
Yeah, because even we've dominated the Olympics even from the start, right? Yeah. One thing, I think we should save this for the second segment. By the way, new format. We're doing two segments instead of 4. I hope you all enjoy it, but maybe we'll talk about the second. We got to talk about the dream team, man.
Oh, great. Fantastic. We'll save that for the second.
That's a whole segment in itself, but
yes, so good.
Oh, absolutely, some of the best.
What are some of the other Olympic
Did you
movies?
see I, Tonya?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it.
I really enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
I didn't know
a lot of.
in fact, I didn't.
How accurate is it though?
I don't know. I've never looked it up. But hey, I have my laptop with me. Yeah. Hey, young Jamie, pull that best in the business, young Jamie. Let's just. I'm gonna open up a new window and we're gonna type in how. I am so bad at typing from this distance. How accurate is Tonya? And apparently I'm typing in all caps because I accidentally had that. But Google is smart enough to figure it out. Fact check guide to I, Tonya. We are on Vulture. Is Vulture a credited site, you think?
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea.
For this,
sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's see. Was Harding really forced to pee on the ice because her mom refused to give her a bathroom break, according to a woman?
I forgot about that part.
Yes, it is in fact true. Wow. Okay. Did Lavana throw a knife at Harding during a fight? Unverified, which I'm going to say that is accurate. Okay. Did Lavana make Harding get her class picture taken in skating costume for competition photos? Yes. So I'm just kind of briefly going through this.
So it sounds like it.
Did Sean Eckhart really claim to be a counter-terrorism expert? Yes.
So it sounds like it's pretty accurate then.
I don't know why you would take creative justices in this, right? I don't know why you would fake a movie like this or anything, you know. I would assume that if you're going to make a story like this, you're going to be as accurate as possible.
Yeah. Well, Margot Robbie did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
When I heard that she was going to be it, I was like, she's too hot to be
Tonya Harding,
but she pulled it off. Just with her acting chops, not just because of her looks. It's
one of the few roles where I hardly recognize that's Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
Okay, now what would you rank I, Tonya then? Like, how would you rate it?
Just off the cuff, probably like a 7.
I think I'd give it a 7 also.
We agreed.
It's been years since I watched it, right?
Yeah,
but I remember.
This is going off memory.
I think I only watched it once, too.
Well, I watched it a couple times, I believe.
Did you?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's streaming anywhere. Because that's a wild story.
Yeah.
Wild. That's like one of those. Well, obviously, it's so wild that we had to look up how accurate it is because some of the things are so unbelievable.
A little far-fetched.
Right. And we're kind of rubbing up on the break. We want you guys to stick with us because next we're going to go over to the Dream Team. Let's just jump right into it on the break. Hey, stick with us. This is the Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network. What is good, everyone? This is the Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network, and this is our Olympic special in honor of the Tokyo Olympic Games going on right now. And if you're saying to yourself, oh my gosh, I didn't know the Olympics were going on right now.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. Oh, by the way, can I shout out to NBC Sports for having the worst app to watch anything on? NBC, how in the world did you get the only contract for the Olympics? Their app sucks, dude. Oh, it's so bad. It's awful to try and watch anything.
Lag?
No, it's like everything's so chaotic. Trying to figure out what event's going on and trying to watch it. Mm-hmm. Like, you could watch anything on your phone, essentially, but they only allow it. So maybe I'm just doing something wrong.
Probably not.
And then ads all the time, too. and like sporadically, like I was watching men's volleyball the other day, and it was like the match point, and boom, ad pops up, and I missed the match point.
Like mid spike.
Yeah, freaking NBC. And I've gone on like a Twitter rant against them. I've been tagging NBC, like, your guys' app sucks. And I'm like, how did you guys get the contract?
Jumping on the bandwagon.
Oh, I see it all the time, dude. And they have like all these volume problems. Yeah. Oh, you might have seen this. I know we're supposed to talk about the dream team. Dude, men's triathlon the other day. Yeah. Okay. They start with the swim. They're on like a dock, right? And they all line up in a row to start the swim. Some moron in a media boat has the boat sideways on the dock, like towards the start, like 20 feet away from the swimmers, sideways at the start. So boom, buzzer goes off. It's blocking half the athletes. Half the athletes don't go. Half the athletes start swimming the mile.
Yeah.
So they're just going. Everyone else is like stuck at the dock as this media boat is like almost chopping up the other swimmers and stuff. And then they have to get
is that an NBC media boat?
I don't know what it is. I would imagine it is. But I'm just like, and it's the boat to like hold the camera, right?
Yeah.
Why are there not drones? No offense, Tokyo, you're the most advanced city in the world, and you don't have drones for cameras for the Olympics,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, get some drones. Get some cranes.
You should look at
some booms.
Oh, it was so bad.
I'll have to watch it.
I was like scared. I really thought I was like gonna see an athlete like blood in the water, like chopped up, like some dude like missing his arm or something from a propel. Boat driver was that close.
Ooh. Well, that seems like that would be par for 2021, right?
Oh, absolutely. They're still calling it the 2020 Olympics. You know that?
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Are they not changing it? They're going to go to 2024?
Yeah.
For the next Summer Olympics.
Which is in, I want to say Beijing, oddly enough. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Beijing is doing winter. So they've done summer and winter. I just looked it up the other day. But, it's in Italy. Italy, I believe. And then in 2028, it's coming to Los Angeles.
LA.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exciting stuff. If, it hasn't been overrun by homeless people yet.
Let me ask you this question. What's better, summer or winter?
Summer. I've always been of that opinion. Now, look.
But why is there winter Olympic movies better? Yeah. He's pondering everyone.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
There's no good summer Olympic movies. Not that I can think of.
There's Race.
Yeah, I guess that's a good one. I haven't seen it.
Okay, hold on.
Well, I should say I've heard it's good.
Miracle, Cool Runnings, I, Tonya. You ever watch Eddie the Eagle with the...
Yeah, so good.
So good.
Yeah.
You're right. Oh, my gosh.
There's no good.
This is what I was going to say.
I guess Race. I haven't seen it, though. I heard it's good, though.
Race is good. Summer Olympics overall, the better Olympics. But I think some of the winter events are top-tier events.
Blades of Glory.
Blades of Glory, yeah. But, look, okay, obviously, bobsledding, or skeleton luge, any of those are...
Those are fun.
Awesome. Any of the skateboarding events.
Curling.
Or not skateboarding, snowboarding. Oh, I love curling.
Right?
I could watch curling.
Why is that so interesting? Man.
All day long.
Why is it interesting? I don't understand
know. It's intense, dude. You're like, it just...
Sweep.
It's, what am I trying to say? It's like a build-up.
Yeah.
Right? It's anticipation. You're like, oh my gosh, you're watching this rock, like, faster, slower, all this stuff. Like, they're so precise in how they just gently let go. It's beautiful. It's an art, right? Yeah. Plus, the USA team looks like a bunch of dads that just get together on a weekend to practice curling.
See, there's some Olympics that have something like that.
Absolutely. This is what I was about to say.
Do they have lawn bowling? Do they have... you know what they need to bring?
Lawn mowing racing?
They need to bring cornhole into the whole Summer Olympics. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised because they have skateboard. I know skateboarding and cornhole are a little different, right? But they just brought in...
a little bit.
Skateboarding, which was a fantastic event. Watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
No, what I was going to bring up is archery. The men's archery team does kind of look like a... Now, that's something I just watched it like last night or 2 nights ago. I never watched before. Ladies and gentlemen, you should be watching these archery events.
I like watching archery.
They are crazy intense, man. So nerve-wracking. Oh, I loved it.
So summer better than winter?
Overall, but I think winter might have some events that... Summer.
Yeah, I would agree with
snowboarding, half pipe.
I agree with you.
that sort of stuff.
It seems like summer has more.
Summer has a lot more. Summer has way, way more. Well, I mean, just look at like field events. There's probably more track and field events than there are Winter Olympic events, period.
That's right. True, yeah.
And then we got speed walking.
Oh.
All right, come on.
That's equivalent to cross-country skiing.
Okay, I think... Oh, I love... no, have you ever watched the biathlon? The one where they cross-country ski and shoot rifles?
Yeah.
Amazing.
That one's fun.
That one's
when they
awesome.
just do cross-country, that one's kind of...
Well, it's like cycling. All right, cycling is cool, but I'm not going to watch an 85-mile race.
No, don't want that.
But what you've all been waiting for, the Dream Team.
Oh, yes, the Dream Team.
For those of you who don't know how the Dream Team came about, this is a cool story. Up until then, the U.S. did not send professional athletes to the Olympics. We would send essentially college athletes, up and coming, right? Well, the U.S. kept getting smacked around in basketball. We were not very good, our Olympic team at basketball. Yeah. Well, finally, these other countries kept talking crap. Oh, U.S., I thought you had the NBA. I thought you had the greatest of all time. Blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Well, what does the U.S. do? They say, fine, we'll send our professionals. Yeah. These are, even today, household names. Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Patrick Ewing,
Larry Bird,
Magic Johnson,
David Robinson.
David, and believe it or not, Shaquille O'Neal was almost on it. Did you know that?
Yeah, they took Leitner.
Yeah, I know.
Oops.
But could you imagine if Shaq was on that?
Yeah, there'd be no debate.
So, Dream Team gets sent over there, and they just dominate. The closest margin of victory was Croatia at a 42-point loss. That's the closest one.
That was an off night for the US.
I think didn't Croatia have a few? Croatia had what's his face? He joined the Bulls the next season.
Tony Kukoc.
Kukoc, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they had a few others that ended up playing in the NBA, right? So they had some NBA level talent over there.
That's one of the best stories about how Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
Oh, and when they went up against Croatia, they just went up against.
Yeah, like you're not scoring.
Oh yeah,
Tony Kukoc.
Let me tell you, there's no one on the men's basketball team right now that has that mentality.
No.
Look, no offense. I like Kevin Durant enough. It bothered me he went to the Warriors. Mm-hmm. He is not that guy. He is not going to lead the Olympic team. I'm sorry. He's just...
No.
It's not him, right?
There's no
one else.
I don't feel like there's any killer mentality right now. Obviously, they're losing to
France, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But, their leading scorer was Drew Holiday. Mm-hmm. Drew Holiday just went and won the NBA Finals, hopped on a freaking 18-hour plane ride to Tokyo, and then played the next day, and then was the leading scorer, right?
Yeah. Well, credit, the foreign teams have gotten a lot better.
Yes, they've taken it a lot more seriously.
There's a lot more NBA talent on these teams than... And they have the kind of the advantage of playing with each other growing up. Mm-hmm. I mean, they play with each other all year long for decades, right?
Yeah.
And this U.S. team just kind of gets thrown together with all the individual players. So they have more of a team mentality, I believe.
But look, the Dream Team shattered the spirits of so many countries that I think for a lot of Olympics, they didn't even bother.
Yeah.
I mean, there was the Redeem team, right?
Yeah.
But look who they had. They had Kobe. He has that killer instinct of, I'm not going to let you score at all this game.
Yeah.
There's no one, and I'm of the mindset defense wins championships. There's no defensive stopper on the NBA team right now, or on the USA team right now.
And the defense is so much more stingy.
Oh, yeah.
In the Olympics than it is in the NBA.
You see Luka Doncic freaking killing it.
Oh, yeah, of course.
40-something points.
Luka kills it every time he touches the basketball.
You know what it's going to be? It's the NBA's fault that we're doing so bad because they've made NBA basketball so soft. International rules, brutal.
Yeah.
You don't get rewarded for these crappy fouls that James Harden and Trae Young are drawing all the time.
Yep.
Right?
I wish we could go to it. I wish we could go back.
I agree.
It's too soft right now.
It is too soft. Hey, welcome to the Common Critic, the movie podcast.
Yes, but back to movies.
Well, we could talk about The Last Dance because The Last Dance talks about that. By the way, Last Dance, if you haven't seen it, I believe it's on Netflix. It is Michael Jordan's 8-part documentary, and one of the episodes is on the Dream Team. Look, you guys have got to watch this.
Unless you're a Jazz fan, you can leave the last 2 episodes out.
Yeah, a little painful for you guys.
It hurts.
It does.
It still hurts. I mean, it's been almost 25 years. Yeah, almost 25 years.
Oh, it has been about 25 years now.
It still hurts. It still stings. I was a 12-year-old, 13-year-old when those that happened, and it still
tough,
hurts.
Dude. I didn't know you were 12 or 13.
Yeah,
that's a tough age,
right?
That's a tough age.
There was tears
like that. Oh yeah,
there was punching of couches, and
look, again, welcome to the movie podcast. One could make the argument that Jazz team is the second greatest team of all time.
I can make that argument, but not on the common critic.
You'll never know, right?
Well, it's hard to, especially when you don't win, right?
No, you're absolutely right. Again, welcome to the movie podcast. Miracle, men's hockey.
Yeah.
Right. How would you rate Miracle?
7. Yeah, 7.
I'd give it an 8.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd give it. It's great.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch it now that we're talking about it.
I'm super in the mood for Olympic movies now.
Anything with Kurt Russell, I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I have a list of celebrities that I'll watch any movie that I think Kurt Russell may be on there.
Maybe,
right?
Big Little Trouble. I can't Big Trouble Little China.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Of course. Well, I love Guardians of the Galaxy
Tango
2.
and Cash.
What other Olympic movies are there? We had the list pulled up earlier. There's really not there's
Cutting Edge. I don't think you've ever watched that. Probably
I don't think I have.
That's a fun rom-com.
Is it?
He's a hockey player.
Okay.
Right, and she's the Olympic figure skater. They just had to do couples, and her partner gets hurt, and this guy's like, we'll bring this hockey player over, and she tries to teach him how to be an ice skater instead of a hockey player. It's pretty good.
That does sound like a lot of fun. Actually,
I enjoy it. I grew up watching it with my grandma.
Does it have a Happy Gilmore vibes?
Nothing has Happy Gilmore vibes.
No, nothing has Happy Gilmore vibes.
It's a rom-com. It's fun. I would recommend that if anybody hasn't seen that one.
I'm literally looking at a list of all the Olympic. Prefontaine, that's a pretty good one about Steve Prefontaine.
Watched that once a long time ago.
First Nike athlete.
Yeah.
You know how Nike used to make shoes, right?
No.
With a waffle iron. That's how they made the soles. When they were known as Blue Ribbon Sports Company, back in the days up in Oregon, where they were just making shoes out of the back of a van and selling them at track meets, they made it with a waffle iron, right? They signed Steve Prefontaine. They started Nike, right? I have seen the very waffle iron that they use to make shoes. It's in the Nike World Headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon. They have a little museum there in their headquarters, and they have the waffle iron there.
So how do they make it in a waffle iron? That doesn't make so.
You know how waffles look?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yes. Yes.
Okay.
And how waffles look.
Okay.
So that was the sole of the shoe?
That was the sole, the waffle pattern.
Oh, I see.
So they filled it with it's the sole of the shoe.
Yeah, the grip. You're talking about the rubber, the part of the
That's what it looks like.
Okay. And they were the insole or something for some reason.
They were Blue Ribbon Sports Company before that. And then they changed it to Nike, and they paid some chick $50 to make a logo, and she came up with the swoosh, which is now worth tens of millions. They reimbursed her for her work, right? But that's a great story. Prefontaine, that's another one I'd really do. I'm going to pull up the IMDb. I was telling you guys about that movie, The First Olympics. I believe it comes in a 2-part, and it's super old. We're going to see just how old that movie is. It's so old, I watched it on VHS growing up. 1984? What? I really thought it was the 50s or something. No, I haven't watched it since I was a kid. You want to know how...
That's fantastic.
Oh, it was a TV miniseries. That's why.
Does it take place in the 50s or something? 60s? What is it?
No, it takes place in the late 1800s. They use telegrams to let people know who's winning what.
That is old. That is my age. I mean, I was born in 85, so... You're just saying I'm as old as Greece and telegrams. Is that what you're saying?
No. Late 1800s. Did I say late 1900s?
No, I know. I'm just teasing you. No, you were just saying it was made in the 50s or something like that.
Dang, I really thought this was a more well-known thing. I'm looking at IMDb. There's only 300 ratings on here. That means
Nobody's really watched
That
it.
means like 1,000 people have actually watched it, right? Let's see. Usually IMDb can tell you where you can.
It's got a good rating, 7.5.
7. I mean,
7.
I think that'd be fair. The first part is pretty boring because it's all the getting the athletes together and training and stuff. But when they actually go to the events, it's a lot of fun. Somewhere IMDb can tell you where you can watch this. Here, do you have IMDb on your phone?
Sure.
Yeah, pull that up.
Young Jamie.
Young Jamie, pulling the best in the business, Young Jamie. For all the Joe Rogan fans out there, shout out to Joe Rogan for killing it. When you're going to have us on,
Yes.
Joe Rogan?
Have us on. We'll talk about.
We're not good enough.
Whatever.
We're not, yeah. The only movie guy he's ever had is, the only movie guy he's ever had is Kevin Smith, who is the IMDb guy,
He is.
essentially. But like,
What am I looking up? Sorry.
go to IMDb and type in the first Olympics.
Okay.
Okay. You getting there?
Yep.
All right, now just click on it.
Clicking on it, everybody.
Here, let me see. Yeah, usually it is. It's just available on Amazon. Well, I could have told you that. Freaking everything's available to around.
So if you want to watch it, it's on Amazon. If you're in the Olympics,
I would really recommend it. Like, obviously, I haven't watched it in like 15 years, but I have like really pleasant memories of it
Yeah.
for the most part.
Is that the nostalgia glasses?
Well, I'm gonna find out tonight when I go home and rent the freaking Amazon movie. And
And watch it.
oh yeah,
I'm gonna watch it too, and I'll let you know how it is. I'll let you know next week how I enjoyed the first Olympics.
Okay, look, yes, I think I kind of talked it down a little, thinking it was made in like the 50s, and it was actually made in like the 80s. To be fair, I don't think movie technology really like changed or advanced that much between that time.
Just color.
Yeah,
Pretty much color. That's all it.
well, they had
advanced.
color in the 50s.
Barely.
I mean, Wizard of Oz was like the 20s.
That was 39.
Was it 39? I'm so bad with dates right now.
But no, yeah. So, but like, it's still like TV shows. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like a TV miniseries that came out in like the 40s would probably still be black and white.
yeah, for sure.
So, anyway, but the 50s that got color, like mainstream color, right?
Yeah.
That's why Wizard of Oz was so big because of the
big deal, yeah.
it's all color. That's why the colors are all so bright in that movie.
So you've seen Eddie the Eagle, then?
Yeah.
What would you think of it?
What score?
Yeah.
I think I give all these Olympic because I just love sports movies and so they're all around 7s for me. So I'd give that one probably a 7 as well.
I think it'd go about 7.5. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's a good time. No, look,
And I love Hugh Jackman, so
Hugh and Taron Egerton, or
Yeah.
Eggert at the time. I can't remember his
he
name.
did a really good job.
I think that's really when he started to come up into the mainstream, I believe.
Was it? Was it right after that?
I think it was after that he did Kingsman, wasn't it? Let's see. Eddie the Eagle, like 2014 or something. Kingsman, like 2015.
Oh, Kingsman's a great movie.
Kingsman's a great movie. But we're not talking Kingsman.
Sorry. Go ahead. Eddie the Eagle.
We're talking any Olympics, right?
Yeah.
So Salt Lake hosted in 2002. Did you go to anything?
I didn't. I should've.
Nothing.
I know.
How old were you
I was a teenager, so
Really?
that makes sense.
that you didn't go?
Yeah, I was kind of like,
Even though you're like 15 minutes away from where everything was happening.
pretty much, yeah.
I remember that opening ceremony.
You gotta know something about me, though. I hate crowds, so
I actually didn't know that about you.
yeah. So that's probably why I was like, weird. So I was probably 17 when it happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who would you say, okay,
Sorry.
we're talking household names, right? I brought up at the beginning of this. Who would you say is the household name for the Winter Olympics? Shaun White,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
Who do we have coming up here? Because technically,
The Winter Olympics.
the Winter Olympics are next year,
Yeah.
even though they're happening now because the Summer Olympics happening now because we've been delayed a year. But
You were asking the wrong person with the Winter Olympics, or any Olympics, really. That's why I watch movies.
but you watch sports also.
I do. Very specific sports.
What's your favorite winter event?
Probably curling.
You think that's like your?
Yeah, I love curling.
I would say top 5 for me.
bobsledding. Just because of cool runnings.
Cool Runnings is the only reason you watch bobsleds. That's tough to argue because of the
perfect and like perfect skeleton and all those guys.
Those things are dangerous, man.
So I don't know. That's probably what other Winter Olympics is there?
You got to think of all the snowboarding events, skiing long jump.
Never been. Yeah, skiing long jump. Those are cool.
The racing. You ever watch like the snowboard races?
No.
Never? Mm-mm. Those things are awesome, man.
Are they?
Oh, they're insane. Have you ever watched like the Red Bull hockey ice skating races?
Hockey. That's probably my favorite winter one. Sorry. Yes, hockey. To answer your question from 5 minutes ago.
Hockey is a sport I'm surprised that not more Americans are into. I mean, it has like a good enough following, obviously, for the NHL.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised it's not like a bigger thing. That seems like a very American type sport.
Yeah, I think it would be bigger. I think it's slowly getting bigger.
Well, they're expanding. They just opened up a new team in Seattle.
Yeah. Did they?
Yeah, the Krakens. So there's like 32.
That's awesome.
Seattle Krakens. Oh, their logo rocks. Because they just had the Golden Knights in Vegas like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, and they won.
I don't think they won, did they?
I swear they won the championship.
Not their first time.
No.
Maybe the second?
I think it was their first or second year they won.
I don't think so. Are you sure?
No, I'm not positive.
I'm not positive either. I'm pretty positive on the first one they didn't. Young Jamie looked it up. But yeah, hockey is like one of the better Olympic sports.
Yeah, so I'd probably say that's my favorite. And then curling. How about you?
Well, it's tough because the individual ones are cool. I actually really like figure skating for the most part. Like sometimes it's pretty, not like the team ones, but like individual can be kind of cool. Like the tricks and stuff, but you really got to watch just qualifiers. I'll never watch a qualifier of like any Olympic sport. It's just not worth it, man. And then I also won't watch the medal events unless Team USA is in it. Right?
Yeah.
So for me to be really interested, it has to be a medal event that Team USA is in.
2018.
They won 2018?
They won 2018.
Is that their first year? No, that's not their first year. 2017.
2017.
So their second year?
Yeah, they won the championship.
Wow, that's crazy, man. Why does Vegas have more championships than my Clippers do? That freaking sucks.
And the Jets.
I forget. You and I are on the same boat.
Yeah.
Same boat.
Congratulations, get the Western Conference Finals this year. How did it feel?
Well, let me tell you, if we had Kawhi, I'm going to go on record saying this. If we had Kawhi, we would have swept the Suns.
Okay.
I'm going to say that right. We scored more points than the Suns the whole series, and we lost.
That doesn't add up, but
it does add up. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Right, but it's whatever. Look, we're running up on the end of the show. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe right now. Follow us on social media. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our Instagram has been growing like crazy, like wildfire. So thank you guys.
Yes, thank you
so much. And thank you to those who have been leaving 5-star reviews on this podcast. We got a new 5-star review last week. Thank you so much. If you do, we will give you a shout out, not only on this podcast, but on Instagram. Thank you, Kenna Kong, who left the 5-star review. Anyways, hey, thanks for sticking around. This has been The Common Critic on the Fed by Ravens Media Network.